Hi travelers, Tara here, and we're going to do an open reading. We're going to use the Casanovas. I have not used him, and we haven't heard from him in a while. For those of you who have not had an opportunity to go over to the website, you can click on the little eye in the upper right hand corner that will take you directly over to the website. I have different types of readings. I've set up the straight no chaser reading, and that's a really good one. So you guys stop by and take a look at that. It's an hour 45-minute reading, open-ended questions, meaning there are no set number of questions, and you get to pick the decks, which deck that you want to me to use in reading for you. And it's just like I said, it's a straight no chaser. So that means that this is the only phone reading that I conduct. Go by and take a look at that. And then, of course, I've got the private video readings that you can purchase along with the membership offer. So, I mean, even if you don't want to join for a year or even 6 months, you can do it for 30 days. You still get your 2 free charts and access to all of the content that's on the website. So those are the individual monthlies, the romance gallery, plus the 2 free birth charts and all of the articles and ebooks that I have. So go over and take a look. Now we're going to go ahead and get started. This has been a strange month, and it's almost over. I can't even believe we're already moving into the 3rd month of 2018 already. Happy birthday, Pisceans. The sun moves into Pisces. I think it moved in kind of yesterday. It depends on where you are, but officially starts January 21st. So happy birthday to all you Pisces suns out there. All right, so here we go. 9 cards down. This is a general reading, and the messages will not resonate with everyone. To gain that insight, you need a personal reading. Here we go. Knight of Coins, 9 of Coins, 9 of Cups. Wow. Huh. Here is a King of Cups. Here are the stars. Here is the 10 of Swords. The Death card. Wow. The Fool. And the 8 of Swords. Wow, this is an interesting reading. So I have 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards in this spread. The Stars, Death, and the Fool card. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pip cards and 2 court cards underneath the deck. Wow. I have the Queen of Cups. So I am most definitely reading about a couple here. And I feel that what the cards, right in the center is the stars. And the stars speak to the energy of hope, wishes, dreams, clarity, guidance, sometimes intuitive guidance coming from a higher plane. And that is our focus. That's where we are. So for some of you, you're at a moment here in this particular situation. So what I'm looking at, past, present, future, past, present, future. Some messages come in, I think, and whatever this message is, it has taken, in effect, somewhat of a long time to get there. Typically, when the Knight of Coins shows up, this is about something that has taken a long time to move. There are no 4s here. Per se. Now I always look at nights like events. That's always how they read for me. And whatever this, across this top row here, whatever this event is, it speaks to the idea of I think it's something from your past. And in the middle, this 9 of Coins is this idea, it's a betrayal, some kind of way out, or some type of idea that whatever this thing is, it's going to offer you an opportunity to either do something different or or not reconcile, but that's not the word. It almost, in looking just at the picture on the card, as if you are with someone else and someone from your past returns. Okay? But you are already in a relationship. Nevertheless, you indulge in a bit of sport and a bit of fun with this individual who has returned. Now, because this person shows up as a water sign male, so this reading is going to play out for same-sex and or heterosexual couples. There is a whole lot of hope behind perhaps you getting together with this individual, or maybe something is changing around this situation. But then we come to this Ten of Swords here. And the Ten of Swords is saying that somebody just is not in the mood per se. They don't have the quote-unquote energy to continue whatever this thing is. Here with the Death card tells me that for some of you, this situation is going to end. And once it ends, you're going to, in effect, kind of feel either naive or rather foolish, but also it's going to bring about some new kind of revelation. And what I mean by that is it's going to cause you to view yourself in a different light. And the reason why I say that is I have this Eight of Swords, and this Eight of Swords is, the story behind this card is that Casanova had so many lovers, he ended up getting syphilis, contracting, I don't know, gonorrhea or syphilis. And the doctor who would tend him ended up having to tend all of these other women in which he spread this thing to. And he was making so much money that in effect he actually ended up paying Casanova, giving him a bit of his monies that he was earning because he started it. And it's kind of like that thing. It's kind of like that thing of having done something that you know in the end was not good for you, but yet at the same time there's some kind of value inherent in it. I feel that this is the near past, that there is no timing in the universe. And so what I feel is that this person, this King of Cups, told you some time ago, or some event happened some time ago, that he wasn't interested, or he didn't want to, or he didn't want to participate. But yet, when the opportunity brought itself back around, there you guys were. And even though this is a Nine of Cups, it's like you got your wish. You got an opportunity to see this person again, or interact with this person again, maybe even fall into bed with this person again. But this is the interpretation of this card is doing something just for the sake of doing it. And I feel that in one respect, this is kind of how the situation plays out. You guys just do it anyway for the sake of doing it, but in the end it leads you to a place in which I think you're depressed. I think he's also depressed. I think he's also sad. I think he's also mentally drained or mentally tired, as if the two of you, when you come back together, you realize that maybe too much time has passed. I don't know if that makes any sense. Or you don't feel the same. Maybe you all of a sudden realize you really don't feel the same for that person, or he realizes he doesn't feel the same for you. And again, he ends it. And I don't even think you see this coming, some of you. This is what's coming across here. And the reason why I say that is it's the meaning of this Fool card. And let me read you the meaning of this Fool card here. The Fool card says madness, eccentricity, the mask, a different perception, a lack of logic, unconventionality, and neglect of the consequences. And this speaks to the neglect of the consequences. All right? Right here. In the end, this thing does not turn out well. Now, I'm not exactly sure if I have this Queen of Cups energy over here. So I'm not exactly sure if this doesn't read like I have these 3 cards here. So whether this was about someone who at the time you met them was in a relationship and maybe you guys fooled around on the side. Now you're in a relationship, the guy comes back and you fool around on the side. This could, to me, could be the star-crossed lovers aspect. This stars with the 8 of Swords. But these are swords. These are thoughts, perceptions, and beliefs and ideas. And for one of you, I think you end up being sorely disappointed. If you get with this person or you've gotten with this person thinking that or hoping that you guys were going to end up together. There's the stars. We see that that does not happen. And I think some of you are going to be kind of knocked for a loop. But the way it kind of reads to me is the idea of cleaning up old business. And maybe this is just one more thing that you have to do in order to get past that particular point. Now, I only have two coins cards here. Let's go to the Sibyllus. Now, I don't know if this is maybe you telling him that you can't leave this individual or whatever it is that you are what is happening here. But it almost reads as though he himself has regrets about this situation. So what I want to do, the first thing I want to do is I want to look at this 9 of coins here at the top in the center. And the reason why I say it looks like it might be a flip-flop kind of a situation, or that's kind of not the way it looks, but the way that it feels. We see that she's in bed with her husband. He's asleep. And they're fooling around right there in front of him. But then here he is, and that's a different woman. But I also feel it's also you, if you recognize this situation. Maybe it's a stolen moment between the two of you. And you do it despite the fact that you know that it's not what you should be doing. Yes, as I said, mercante, this is the businessman, the negotiations. This is, hey, let's figure out how to do this. Here is this stanza, the room of communication, but there's nobody in it. Okay, so it speaks to some kind of passion. Maybe this is saying to me that after some time the person decides that they're going to contact you. We see him looking on the back side here, the discovery. I think it's time that I contact this individual or this person. Again, that Knight of Coins always reads like some kind of message that has taken a long time to arrive, or some kind of event that's coming up. And we see with the 3 Sibyllas that this is some plan that this person has. Now, let's see what this 10 of Swords tells us. The Death card is quite clear. But what's interesting is right behind that is the Fool card. And the Fool card kind of comes in to offer you some kind of freedom and liberation. Okay, even if the shit goes bad, sometimes the Death card can be not just an ending, but it can also be a release from some kind of negative situation. All right, and then there's the Fool, a new beginning, so to speak. It's the 0 card. Well, I don't know if you guys know each other. The group of people. Pleasant pastime with family and friends. Remember I said it's like a stolen moment. Maybe this occurs, something occurs between the two of you at a party or a family reunion or some kind of get together. Here is the casa, okay, the house. And there is Fidelta, the dog. So ultimately what it comes down to is someone not wanting to, they don't have the strength and the energy to deal with family and friends. They don't have that. Sometimes the 10 of Swords can be that card of getting some kind of news of a split up or contemplating a split up, and then having to think about all of those other people that are involved. There's still a loyalty there to the concept or the idea of family, friends, that type of energy. It's like there are hopes here, but it doesn't really come to fruition. Militare, getting caught. And sometimes this brings about a legal issue. The messaggere, news from far away. So there's two messages. And the pleasant conversations. So what this is telling me is that this is going to come to a stop. It may be that once a person returns, or you return, or back to wherever you your respective corners, so to speak, you get the news coming in. You know, hey, it was fun. It was great to see you again. But no. Okay? These are three strange cards to come out on this thing. Now, what does that mean for you? You know, I really don't know. Why don't we pull one quick? Now, is there a possibility that the person may contact you and what you think is really an ending may not be? I don't know. That's also a possibility. I mean, anything is possible. Really, anything is possible. Just when you feel like you're at your lowest, and maybe you hear from the person, but it is that militare card that stands out for me. Thank you, Leo. All right, let's pull one card. Come here, Leo. Come here, so they can see you. Come here, it's your handsome self. I wanted to name him Ric Flair. It says, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So I don't know. Maybe some of you might be waiting for this person to end a relationship. Or maybe this person is waiting on you to end a situation. The romance angels have heard your prayers about your love life. Now it's up to you to allow their help to manifest by stepping out of their way. By trying to control other people or external circumstances, you'll only frustrate yourself and slow down your answered prayer. There are plenty of times in life that call for you to take charge, but this isn't one of them. Of course, it's fine to have your preferences, so practice visualizations and hold intentions. Definitely ask the angels for your desires. This card is a reminder, however, that your prayer may be answered differently from what you had in mind. Be open to all possibilities and trust in God's infinite wisdom and compassionate love. Control issues are based upon fears that others won't live up to your expectations. This is also called outlining, where you hand the universe a script of how you want it and everyone to behave. Outlining could cause you to overlook an even more beautiful way in which your prayers may be answered. So call upon the romance angels to elevate your levels of trust so that you can enjoy the creative avenues by which true love comes to you. You know, that's really kind of a strange reading. I don't know if that resonated with anybody out there or not, but that's what Casanova has to say, and I hope those messages helped. And so until next time, namaste.